If you've been part of the soil sage family for a while, you already know I love techniques that deliver big results without expensive tools, fancy systems, or store-bought soil boosters. And if you're new here, welcome. You're about to learn one of the simplest, most powerful, water-saving gardening tricks I've ever used. It doesn't require irrigation lines or constant watering. It doesn't rely on chemicals. It's literally built on something most households throw away every single day. It's called the cardboard core trick, and if you garden in a hot, windy, or drought-prone area, or you simply want healthier soil with less work, this method will be a complete game changer. Let's dig in. Garden beds dry out fast. Heat rises from above, microbes heat the soil from below, and thirsty plants pull moisture from all sides. When the top layer of soil dries and crusts, water tends to run off instead of soaking in. Meanwhile, deeper soil layers may stay dry for weeks. But cardboard has a special property. It absorbs water deeply and slowly, then releases it back into the surrounding soil. When placed vertically in the bed, right in the root zone, it acts like a built-in reservoir, a sponge, a worm attractor, and a slow-release hydration system. The genius of this trick is its simplicity. Once installed, it quietly works for weeks without any extra effort from you. Your plants grow stronger, your soil stays moist, and your watering routine becomes lighter and easier. Now let's get practical. You're here for the exact ratios, the step-by-step process, and the garden-tested method that keeps beds moist all season. Before inserting the cardboard cores, you want your soil loose, breathable, and ready to accept moisture. Start by turning the top 15 to 20 centimeters of soil, not a deep dig, just enough to break compacted layers. Remove large stones, roots, or debris. Once loosened, spread a thin layer of compost over the surface, no more than 1 or 2 centimeters. This thin layer feeds microbes and worms, which will soon find their way to the cardboard cores. From here, the bed is ready for the moisture-holding system that makes all the difference. Now, to the heart of the system. You can use cardboard tubes from paper towels, toilet rolls, or even rolled-up brown cardboard from boxes as long as it's unwaxed, unpainted, and free from colored inks. Each tube should be 25 to 30 centimeters long and at least 7 to 10 centimeters wide. This is the size that creates the moisture reservoir effect without collapsing too quickly. Next comes placement. This part truly determines how effective the trick will be long-term. In a 1 meter by 1 meter bed you need 2 cores, spaced evenly. In a 1 meter by 2 meter bed you need 3 to 4 cores. In a 1.2 meter by 3 meter bed install 5 to 6 cores. Think of the cores as anchors. Each one influences a surrounding radius of about 40 to 45 centimeters. Too few cores and you'll miss dry pockets. Too many and you'll waste time and material. Once positioned, push each tube down into the soil until just a few centimeters stick above the surface. This top lip is important. It prevents soil from filling the tube too fast and gives you a place to pour water directly inside. This is where the real magic begins. The first hydration really sets the tone for the whole season, you know. It loads the core so it can release moisture slowly over time. Each tube needs about 500 milliliters, or half a liter of water during the initial soaking. Pour it slowly so the cardboard actually absorbs the water, rather than just pushing it out. And hey, if you garden in especially sandy soil, give each core a second round of 200 to 300 milliliters after about 10 minutes. For ongoing watering, each core needs somewhere between 300 and 500 milliliters every 3 to 5 days, depending on your weather of course. So that means, a 1 meter by 1 meter bed uses 1 liter per watering round. A 1 meter by 2 meter bed uses 1.5 to 2 liters. And a 1.2 meter by 3 meter bed uses 2.5 to 3 liters. You may have just realized something. This method saves a huge amount of water. Instead of watering the entire soil surface, you just water the cores and let them distribute moisture vertically and outward, right where the roots actually live. This is water efficiency at its best. After hydrating the cores, go ahead and drop a handful of compost into each one. This does two things beautifully. First, it introduces microbes and nutrients directly into the tube. Second, it attracts worms into the core where they help break down the cardboard and pull nutrients deeper into the soil. If your soil tends to dry out fast, this compost inside the core technique adds a steady release of organic matter right where your plants need it most. Now for the part that really elevates this method even further: fermented plant juices. If you love natural fertilizers, you'll love how well FPJ pairs with the cardboard core system. The cores act like carriers, pulling nutrients into deeper soil layers where roots can access them consistently. To keep this scientific and practical, I recommend making 2 FPJs from 2 different plants, let's say comfrey and banana peels, and then, testing which one performs better when fed through the cores. So, the FPJ recipe is simple. You just use a 1-to-1 ratio, equal weight of plant material to brown sugar, then, let it ferment for 7 days, and after that, strain it. When applying FPJ to the garden, you want to dilute it using the 1-to-500 ratio. That means 2 milliliters of FPJ per 1 liter of water. Once it's diluted, pour the FPJ solution right into the core instead of onto the soil surface. The cardboard releases both water and nutrients slowly over time. With 2 plots, 1 for each FPJ, you'll see clear results in about 4 weeks. Whichever bed gives you greener leaves, stronger stems, and more vigorous growth, well, that becomes part of your long-term feeding strategy. This is gardening that's not just practical but experimental, and experiments make us better growers. Even the best watering method needs a finishing touch. Once your cores are installed, watered, and filled, just spread mulch over the entire bed. A layer about 5 to 7 centimeters thick keeps the moisture underground, reduces evaporation, and protects the soil microlife you just invited in. Mulch and the cardboard cores really work hand in hand, giving you the closest thing to automatic watering that a garden bed can have without technology. If you're using this system for the first time, pay attention to how the soil behaves after about a month. When you push your fingers into the soil near a core, you'll feel coolness and moisture even on those hot days. Worms gather around the decomposing cardboard. Roots become deeper and more resilient. Watering becomes less frequent. And most importantly, your plants show steady growth, healthier foliage, and stronger fruit sets. Experienced gardeners will appreciate how the core method maintains consistency. Beginners will love how forgiving it is. No more did I water enough or too much. Guesswork disappears. That's why I use this technique year after year. If you're tired of constantly watering, or if you've struggled with dry beds and wilted plants, the cardboard core trick is really going to transform your gardening life. It's cheap, simple, sustainable, and incredibly effective. And now you have the exact ratios and the full step-by-step process to make it work in your own garden. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles, share this article with a fellow gardener, and join me as we explore more practical, grounded, real-world soil wisdom. Let's keep growing, smarter, greener, and together.